Welcome to the second of our four-part series on setting up customer pricing plans. In this lesson, we're going to continue our discussion of the mode setups used to determine how prices are applied at point of sale. Looking at the setups that can be controlled by the account or the model, the line item pricing percent is used to increase or decrease the customer's sell price for each part added to the invoice at point of sale. The overall pricing percent is a stored value for the overall discount percent on the point of sale screen and is used to increase or decrease the invoice subtotal for all parts, except those with the net flag checked in the part table. We'll see how these two fields work with the pricing rules shortly. The sell level is the base price level that will be used for the sale if no other setups are found. In order to fully understand list price functionality, we need to discuss the whole hierarchy of list price calculation. If a value exists in the list price field, then that value will be used as the percent to increase or decrease the field designated as list price in the percent of level field, and will display this list price for each part at point of sale. This field is only available if the list fixed margin is 0. If a value exists in the list fixed margin field, then that value is used as the margin percent to calculate list price for each part at point of sale. The list fixed margin flag on the invoice options screen must be checked in order for this field to be used. The system uses the sell threshold percent and GM percent on the invoice options screen to determine whether or not list should be recalculated if the percentage of difference between list and sell price is less than the value of this field, and if it is, then list is recalculated using the sell price and the value of the GM percent field. And all of these fields are overridden by any setups in the price plan grid for list price. And even the grid setups will be ignored if the list price setup flag is unchecked. This flag must be checked for list price to be calculated at point of sale for the customer. If the flag is unchecked, then the part's base list price will be displayed. If the quantity break setups and/or the sale date setups are checked, then the system will consider these setups for the customer. If unchecked, then the customer will not be able to take advantage of them. Master and Enterprise setup flags refer to the Master and Enterprise modes, and if one or both flags are checked, the system will consider setups from the Master and/or Enterprise mode for the customer. Unchecked, they will not be considered. If checked and the setup uses best price, then best price will be considered for the customer. If not, then the customer will not get best price functionality. And the velocity pricing and/or price rounding flags must be checked here and in the setup grid in order for that functionality to be used for the customer at point of sale when calculating the sell price. Regardless of the model overrides account settings flag setting, pricing plan discounts and markups in the grid always follow the account setups and not the models. All of the rest of the fields on the screen are per account and not affected by a model, with one exception. If the account is assigned to a model, regardless of the model overrides account settings flag setting, then the setup pricing group field will be the models. The field can only be edited in the account mode if the account is not assigned to a model. The pricing group as well as the model and rebate group fields can be edited from the main account entry screen if user security permissions allow. Click the Group tab and the Setup Pricing Groups button or the Controls System Group Setup menu to add, edit, and delete pricing groups. Enter group pricing name and optionally add the sales limit for customers in that group and any notes for information only. Then, if the group is allowed best price functionality, enter a Y in the best price column or an N if best price is not used. We'll have more on best price shortly. After creating the pricing groups, go back to the account mode and assign each customer to the applicable group. And keep in mind that the Account Mass Update utility lets you mass update customer pricing plan setups across accounts. The rest of the fields are available in the account mode only. The Charge Core field defines how core sell price is charged if there are no setups for core in the grid. Of course, if the field is set to no charge, then the customer is not charged for core. Assuming there is no core setup in the grid, if the field is set to core price, then the part's base core price will be charged for core at point of sale. If set to core cost, then the part's base core cost will be charged for core. And if set to use margin percent and a value is entered in the default core percent field, then the system will use that percent to increase or decrease the base core cost to calculate the customer's core sell price at point of sale. If no setups are found in the grid for core and this field is blank, then core cost will be used as the core sell price. In addition, if core price or use margin percent is used for the calculation, then the core sell price is rounded to the nearest dollar. If the sell price is 40 cents or less, it's rounded down to 0. If it's 50 cents or more, it's rounded up to $1. However, rounding will never bring core sell below core cost. If this should happen, the system will bring core sell up to core cost. If the charge core field is set to anything other than no charge, core price setups can be added to the grid by selecting core in the calc field. And if a setup is found, it will override the charge core field value. And by the way, a returned core is refunded at the price paid. The setup rebate group is only available in the account mode and allows selection of the rebate group this customer belongs to. Click the Setup Rebate Group button to add, edit, and delete rebate groups. The notes are for information only. Rebate functionality will be defined in a subsequent video. Now, if you understand the account, model, and group modes, the Master and Enterprise are easy. They're used for store and enterprise setups and will be available to all accounts with the account mode flags checked. We'll stop here and continue in the third lesson on price plan setup. Be sure to watch all 4 videos on price setup before calling customer support if you have questions. And thanks for joining us.